Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm your host D-Day, bringing you some more Minecraft All the Mods 9. So we left off last time with setting this guy up. All of the quarry bees are now productivity very high. We have three things: clay, skystone, and sand going into this drawer. So over the weekend, we've gathered almost 20k of each. Also, in preparation of today's episode, which today what we're going to do is we're going to get into Powah, and we're going to try to bypass as much as we can, get all the way to energized steel today. So in preparation, I put gold bees in here as well as some iron bees. And what we did is I let them fly out to fill this place up with the baby upgrades and let the babies get caught. So we have iron bees. Yep, just iron bees in here. But also, all four of these guys have 3 pokey pokies. So I've upped it on the pokey pokies. So let's see, what did we end up with? This, wow, this is 1 weekend of pokey pokey genetics. See, like, we got stacks now, but they're only 1%. So let's see how much we ended up, because we really do need to get the iron bee and the gold bee as spawn eggs. So let's toss both of these boxes over, because we have, yeah, we got 2 of them. That's a lot. So this looks like it's gonna take a long time to sort. I'm gonna come back to this because we don't need the spawn egg until we're ready with energized steel, as well as 2 iron bee spawn eggs and 1 gold bee. So I'm going to let this guy sort AFK, and we can start with Powah. All right, so let's check this out. We have welcome to Powah. We have already gathered some raw uraninite. We did make the bee to this guy as well. It gives us the wrench and the manual, which I can read off camera. The first thing we're going to need to make is this dielectric paste, and then turn that into dielectric rods, which then can be turned into these dielectric casings. And I believe each machine that you make requires one of these casings. So this dielectric paste would be the beginning of it. We can use coal, we can use clay, and we can use blaze powder. We have a coal bee, we have a blazing bee, and we just found out that the quarry bee can get us clay balls. We just have to reverse engineer them from blocks to clay balls. So let's grab some clay and set some patterns. Oh, and that is super silly. So there's no direct clay to clay ball recipe. We're actually going to have to crush these in order to turn the clay into clay ball. So I guess let's go ahead and just do some manually by hand real quick. All right, and let's see, dielectric paste. We'll go ahead and do this one. Yep, we can make the dielectric rod this way, which will also need one for iron bars as well. Okay, and then should we do a different craft for the vertical ones, or just turn it into this one? So we can turn this one into this one, right? And lastly, one of these dielectric casings. We can do that. So the quest book wants 3 energizing rods, 1 cable, either starter or basic. I guess starter is going to be a lot cheaper, right? Can these guys be upgraded into hardened? It looks like 2 with a hardened capacitor can be upgraded into 6. So yeah, I'm thinking we're going to skip starter and just go straight into basic. So we need 1 for basic cables, and we need 1 for basic capacitors as well. All right, let's see. 1 basic cable just for quest completion for right now. That makes 12. And we need the energizing orb. So we need the dielectric and the dielectric rod. Okay, let's just go ahead and make 10 of these guys. There we go. And we also need to make more of these rods horizontal. All right, and an energizing orb. So we got energizing orb, we got energy cable basic. Let's go ahead and set the patterns down. These guys definitely need to get tiered up. So we need them to make the next one. Okay, let's do this. And we got 1 more slot down here. Perfect. So all the bottom ones are full. Now we can start working on the top ones. And basic rod, let's go ahead and make 9. We're missing block of smoky quartz and the tiny capacitor. So I probably used the wrong quartz in the recipe. So let's see if I put this in here. Yep, block of smoky quartz. Okay, so let's do regular quartz. We got quartz bricks. Let's go ahead and make one first. All right, and now let's try again. 9. We need basic capacitors, tiny. We probably don't have the pattern for it. I think, yeah, I made basic capacitors, but not tiny ones. All right, so a basic capacitor turns into 2 basic capacitors, tiny. Cool. And third try is a charm. Let's go 9 of these guys. Nice, there we go. Oh, I'm wondering why I'm not getting credit for this quest. It's because I didn't hold the casing and the paste, so let's do that real quick. There we go. We're working down here, and now all of this is available. So, tiny capacitor, basic capacitor, nice. We can make energy cells, we can make the energizing rods. We skipped 2 basic. Guess, like, most of this stuff, we can just do this, or I can do this off camera. You don't have to join me in my journey to crafting everything, right? The one thing I am interested in, though, I have watched a little bit of System Collapse's series, and I really enjoy the idea of the thermo generator because I've run into soul lava as well. So we need to go and get some soul lava and set up some of these thermo generators. Also, big shout out to System Collapse. I want to give him credit where credit's due. I really do enjoy watching his channel. His is one of the few that I watch, including Lashmac, of course. We got holding 8 on this one, but I don't think it's gonna matter that much. I landed on a holding 7. Let's just go ahead and put holding 7 on this bad boy right here and have it go up from 20 buckets to 90 buckets. That's good. We're not going to be getting 90 buckets of soul lava. I just wanted to upgrade it because I could. All right, so here we are. It is one of the ancient cities that we found for our suspicious clay that we got one of our templates from. Let's go ahead. We'll switch this to fill, and we'll just pick up a whole bunch of the soul lava while we're here. All right, and it felt silly not to leave with 90 buckets, but it was easy. I'm curious. I think we might have to make starters to unlock the ability to make the basic ones, which shouldn't be a problem. I want to get to hardened, because that's when we're going to start needing bees to start making our byproducts. All right, so what would be a good number of starters? Let's make 1 starter real quick for quest completion, right? And then let's toss it in and let's make, I don't know, let's make 9 of the basic ones. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 is good enough for right now. Let's go ahead and put them all in a straight line. And let's set the sink here. And this is like giving me serious 1.12 vibes with abusing water with the sink. So let's pop this guy right there. There we go. And let's see how much power they're making. Generates 80 FE a tick. Alrighty, so this is totally temporary. We're going to run this guy up along the top because the cable holds 2000. And we'll be able to pull all of this out and expand it whenever we need more power. So we can put another point here and add it to the existing network that we have running for the power generation here, as well as the center block. Alrighty, and there we go, and set it up to the existing network. And bypass, there we go. Input 3000. 3000 for right now is good. We just need enough to progress into the next part, which is going to be the hardened. All right, so let's see. Let's set it up right about here. We can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like this, and then let's attach all of the rods to the bottom. Alrighty, and the energizing orb will go right underneath. Perfect. And all we need to do now is hook up to power. There we go. So let's see if we put in the full stack of gold. Oh, it only does one at a time. Perfect. That's actually pretty good. There we go. Boom, energized steel. Nice, and we get 2 of them. So let's see what's required for the B. Okay, now, yeah, perfect. We need the 2 blocks of energized steel that we just made, and we need our iron bee spawn eggs, 2 of them, and 1 gold bee spawn egg. That's awesome. We're already there. Let's grab the genes that have gathered since we are out. Let's toss these in here as well. And let's see where we at. We have, wow, we have 62 spatial bees. That's crazy. We have 15 gold bees, which we only need 1. And let's see, this one looks like it's our iron bees. We got 2. Nice. See, do I have any treats? Well, perfect. We have 2 treats in here. So let's go ahead and connect this one for 2 of the iron. And then let's make 1 more treat. Yeah. And we can do that with our pattern that we have, of course. Treats. Let's just make 1. Thank you. And there we go. And now, did I toss all my eggs in here? Egg? Yes, we need 3 eggs. And then, do I have the baby incubator? Yeah, I moved it to here. There we go. So, egg. We need gold. Nice. We got the gold bee spawn egg, and we're going to need 2 of these iron. There's 1, and let's go number 2. What would be really cool is if it also takes on the stats of the iron bee and not just turns it into an iron bee. If we use the gold and the 2 irons, when the energized steel bee comes out, that it has the 4 stats and we don't need to manually put it on. And egg number 2, good thing these guys stack. Now we can head back and we can go ahead and energize us, the energized steel bee. We got 2, 2, and 1. Boom. Boom, there we go. Energized steel bee spawn egg. And I want to make sure that we got the stats, so let's pop him out with a lead. And we're also going to have to make 1 more of these energized steel so that we have what the bee needs to pollinate with, of course. There we go. All right, so bee, there you go. Attach yourself. And I guess we need to pick them up first, yeah. So yeah, normal, none, diurnal, weak, passive. Okay, so it needs 4 upgrades before we can pop him into a machine. All right, we need very high, we need rain tolerance, we need metaternal, and what was the other one? Strong, right? So down, you, and here. Okay, now you stay. Now we're gonna give you treats. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And scoop. There we go. So very high rain tolerance, metaternal, strong, and we have the block of energized steel. So let's go ahead and set this guy up. I figured out what my lag is coming from. We locked up on wax, and it's causing rendering for all of the combs that are stuck inside of the machines. All right, so let's come into the center block here. We can drop. Okay, we have a simulator upgrade. Here you go. And this guy's facing this way. Okay, here we go. What's making me really happy about this setup is just with these 9 generators that we have, not even at hardened, we are already making more energy that we need for our network. And I don't have to worry about the network shutting down anytime soon. Yeah, it's blinking at 16 million, so this is perfect. But of course, now the next step is upgrading everything to hardened. We don't need that one. We can upgrade the energy cables to hardened, the thermogenerators to hardened, as well as the energizing rods. We can make those hardened as well. And for that, we're going to need energized steel, which the bee is going to make. But all of that seems like stuff that you guys shouldn't care about, like the actual crafting in here, right? We can start up the next episode. Maybe we can do more than 1 bee. Maybe we can go blazing to niotic, maybe to spirited, maybe even all the way to nitro, because these spawn eggs, they don't require anything other than power and the product that we're making. So it's just blaze powder for blaze crystals, right? Energized steel bee eggs, okay. Blazing bee eggs, okay. So we are going to have to start breeding these guys. We'll make an entire nest of 5 of these guys and have them doubling up in the basement the way we did with gold and with iron. Niotic is blazing crystals, and diamond, which we already have that one, perfect. Spirited is niotic and emerald. And then nitro is going to be spirited, redstone, and blazing. And here we go, we got our first 4 pieces of energized steel from the bee itself. Nice. So let's go ahead and end the episode off. We'll take the energized steel bee, we'll grab the blazing bee as well, and then what we can do is we can replace all of the iron and gold with energized steel and blazing bee. All right, and here's our blazing bee. I got 3 ender bees in here, and I had to attach a trash can. I forgot that the ender bee makes the chorus fruit fluid. Go, 1, 2. I guess I don't need to use these because it pulled out the blazing bee first. The withered bee can go back in. Here's our blazing bee. And both of them are very high rain, mediternal, and strong. All right, so we've replaced all of the gold and iron bees in here. And I was pulling out the Pokey Pokey, and I wanted to check one more thing that I completely forgot that I set up before the weekend. Some of the machines, hives that we needed bees from, I went ahead and I slipped in some Pokey Pokies. I must have totally forgot. Yeah, I had Pokey Pokey in here. Let's see if we have what we need already for next episode. I have them all coming in here. Let's see. Doesn't look like I have any of the blazing bee for gene samples, which is pretty weird. But we do have 2 ender, we have 1 steel, 1 emerald, and 1 redstone ready. So let's go ahead with the original idea. We'll put a blazing bee in here, and we'll put the energized steel bee in here, and we can grab our 4 upgrade babies and replace the extra pokies with the baby generation. There we go. That'll make it so that once they start breeding, it'll get faster and faster and faster. And when I come back, I'll be able to catch all of the energized steel as well as blazing bees that pop out. And of course, we got to switch out the gold and the iron for magma block and energized steel.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Smash like to show your appreciation and consider leaving a boom in the comments section below. Also, click on my dude here to subscribe for more Let's Plays. Ooh.